My name is Callie. I'm 13 years old and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, I'm August. I'm 13 years old and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Scarlett. I'm 12 and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Grace. I'm in 7th grade and I'm 12.
My name is Stella. I'm 14 years old and I'm in 8th grade. To me, restorative justice means bonding with your community and, helping out others, talking through their conflicts with them, and finding peace in your community.
Restorative justice to me sort of means like building connections and relationships and like bonds that will help you through conflict.
During our training, we kind of got warm to the idea of restorative justice and what it truly means to us.
I think the town halls help students and staff members learn about restorative justice while also actively engaging in it. So we do really fun activities. We do turn and talks. We do circles. So yeah, I think town halls are a great way to sort of spread the message, but also allow people who don't really know about it sort of dip their feet in and also experience it.
A big part of restorative justice is community building. So in town halls, we always have something to do that has to do with community building, and everybody's learning.
This might sort of sound weird, but I've sort of learned how to learn.
Yeah, I get that.
Sort of, I don't know. I usually when you think about learning, I usually think about sitting in a classroom and listening to a teacher lecture you about a certain topic. But I've sort of, from my experience, I've sort of felt learning can also be from peer to peer, and also just you don't even have to think about it through a school mindset. You can just be learning with emotions and also through just connecting with each other.
I've also learned to take confidence in what I say, because before this year I was a very shy person and the town of doing a town hall, the thought of doing a town hall in front of a bunch of people would make me very nervous. But I've come to enjoy them and build relationships with people, and peer mediation just been really good for me. Yeah.
I feel that with Stella. I think that I've learned I think that I'm still a little bit shy when it comes to that sort of stuff, but I feel it's helped me to open up to people slightly quicker, instead of taking a year to figure out how to actually use my voice. I think that it's taken a couple of months. Peer mediation has helped me with community building and talking to other people, stuff like that, because it's able to, help me use my voice. Yeah, and communication has been a really big part of it. So
Usually teachers, they usually just give you something to do and just say, oh, work on this and just do by it, blah, blah, blah. But by being a peer mediator, I feel I've learned how to process it more.
we had a conflict. I was talking about it late before, but we had a conflict with someone who was affecting the way that we learned in class. And so me and my peers all decided that we wanted to be able to have a conversation with someone about it, and I think that it worked out in a way that felt it had more closure than I think that we were expecting that we were going to have.
So I'll share another mediation. There's 2 girls in our grade that were friends, and then they sort of had a argument, and then they sort of separated from each other. But I think if there was an adult that mediated that conflict, I don't think it would have gone as well as it did through peer mediation, because when adults mediate, I don't think the people who are actually affected get to hear each other's perspective. They're sort of just there will be an outcome to it, but I don't think that the people affected will have a level of understanding and forgiveness that they would through a peer mediation, because peer mediation sort of allow people to like talk it out with each other face to face instead of just like an adult telling them what they did wrong.
Part of like a testimony that we had before was talking about like policing in schools. Testimony was about policing in schools and mental health professionals and how they're bringing more, like how it'll be like an unequal amount of mental health professionals and police, and how like the funding is going more to policing and like training like police officers how to pretty much like not harm the student but make sure that they're doing what they're told.
Like aggressive.
Yeah, in like more violent ways.
Yeah.
And so we decided to testify against that because I think that, I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but for me it's like whenever you see like a police officer, my mind goes directly to like, oh no, like what happened?
Yeah.
Like something must be wrong. And so I know a lot of friends who are really uncomfortable with the fact of that because of like past family members or things like that, where they've just had like a very negative experience, yeah, with policing for like anywhere. And so instead of like making sure that kids have resources that are available for them to be able to like talk about their feelings, sorry, or what they're going through, instead of like immediately being like, oh, you did something wrong, I am able to now like punish you in the way that like I feel is fit for you, I think that that's not fair. So
In my opinion, I think that restorative justice is better than punitive punishment, because punitive punishment sort of focuses on what one person did wrong and how we can help only one side of the situation. So like we were talking about, like if you break a rule, punitive punishment addresses more like what you did wrong, while restorative justice sort of gets to like both sides of the conflict and actually like goes deep into like how people feel, what they could do better, and it also like builds community like along the way.